Hey guys, I'm up in Metz, and I've spent over $20,000 over the past 4 years on one-on-one life coaching. So today I want to make a video telling you guys why I've decided to spend that much money, why it's been such a great investment in my life with personal stories to help you guys that are currently making those choices and wondering like, hey, this is a large sum of money that I'm debating putting into myself. Should I invest it in myself? So let's rewind to 4 years ago, 2020. I was in a low spot. I was feeling down on my energy. I had lost a bunch of business deals. I just was feeling unfulfilled in life and really down. And I ended up going to this seminar with Jeffrey Combs and went there and started to feel like, hey, there's something here. Started to feel inspired. And at the end of that seminar, I had a proposition to work with him one-on-one on life coaching. And it was a $4,000 commitment, just like that. And I had no money coming in. I was feeling very scared. It was a big investment, but I decided to make that leap at the time. I decided to jump in and take the call and be like, hey, it's time to progress. Because honestly, at that time, I was feeling so low. I was like, I have nothing to lose. And what I've realized was over these past 4 years, every time I've jumped in and made that investment in personal growth, that investment in coaching, that investment in myself, every single time the investment has paid off. And so with that experience with Jeffrey Combs, I started working with him and he started teaching me the technique of letting go, which is a book written by David Hawkins and really working through those skills, those abilities. And what ended up happening through that process was I started to feel so much lighter emotionally. Like I got rid of all that deep emotional baggage, the fear, the anxiety, the depression that I was feeling at the time. And it really opened my eyes to a new world. And through that experience, I had all these goals at the time to buy real estate and open this outdoor food hall and be very successful financially. And making those investments in myself actually shifted my internal state to a point of strength and confidence. And I actually started letting go, like my attachment to those external things no longer were there. I didn't need those things as much, the money, the success, all that. I didn't need it. I just believed it. And a big part of that coaching process was to transform me emotionally so I no longer needed those things. I just believed that I had them. I had the love and the confidence as if I already had those things, and then I attracted those things in my life. And over the course of that year that I started working with him, I made $400,000 in brokering real estate. And I kind of just fell into that opportunity. So that $4,000 investment turned into $400,000 of income. And it's just a beautiful thing that I've seen, that when I invest in myself, it really pays these huge dividends. Like I've never seen anything pay as high dividends as investing in myself. And so a big reason why I'm making this video is because now that I've moved into the coaching space myself, I see the value that's created in my life and I'm helping create it in other people's lives. A big holdback that I'm seeing from some potential clients is this financial commitment, right? This upfront financial commitment to invest in yourself. But again, I've seen huge dividends. Like there is no dividend that you can make as if investing in yourself. And you see so many people talk about this, like Alex Hormozy talks about, if you only have so much money, invest in yourself. Your ROI is going to be so much higher. If you have $10,000 to invest, yeah, you go invest in the stock market, make 10% per year, you're making $1,000 a year. But you take that $10,000 and invest in yourself, the dividends that you could pay could be hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands, and joy and peace and fulfillment and these incredible emotions. I mean, setting aside the monetary value of what will come back through what you're earning, the life that you live is greater than any impact that money can have. So, I saw that for myself the first time around when I was working with Jeffrey Combs. That was an amazing, amazing experience and really helped completely shift my life. So I worked with Jeff for a couple of years, which was amazing. I rehired him as a coach, did another package with him, and continued to see those progress. And at a certain point, I'm like, hey, I've learned a lot here. It's time for me to learn from another mentor. And so I started working with Michelle from Encompass Life, Michelle Spires. And they have a different technique, and it's different and it's beautiful. And I started to learn so much from Michelle and really continued on this personal growth journey, continued to learn in a beautiful way. And again, it paid such huge dividends because, again, I started to feel more love, more peace, more joy. The skills that I learned about language and how we talk and what we speak really creates our reality and our beliefs. Like, these things completely shape who I am foundationally as a person and change the perspective that I have on every single day life. And so though that experience was also amazing, and if I just bring it down to a ROI investment, right, thing, with Michelle, I've had multiple packages that have costed north of $6,000 each. And they have been amazing. So I'll give an example of something financially that happened during the course of that. So as I'm working with Michelle, things are going great. Things are progressing. I, was still in that real estate business, and I had a lot of deals under contract. I had $600,000 worth of real estate commissions coming in at one point in the next 2 months. I had this huge amount of money coming in. I owned this building that, was doing well as well. And in 2022, interest rates came up. I was working on a lot of these land development deals. And because the interest rates went up, all these land development deals got killed, all of them. And just like that, $600,000 disappeared that I thought was coming in the next month or two. On top of that, I had a different building I was working on that was doing construction, and this was like shortly after COVID, and prices were sky high, so I was having cost overruns. The building wasn't leased, so I was out of pocket every single month on that. I owned another building as well, and that building was having issues. The roof needed to get replaced. There was water coming in. The tenant was threatening to sue us. And so at one point I thought, hey, I'm a millionaire, everything's amazing. And just like that, over the course of, I believe it was like a month or 2 months, the sky just fell in. And like, now I'm sitting there, I'm like, I barely had any cash in the bank. I'm having cost overruns. All my income just disappeared. And I'm like, holy shit. It was a wake-up call. It was scary. And so I'm so fortunate, I'm so grateful that I was working with my coach. I'm still working with her, Michelle, at the time. And like, I was able to get through that process and look internally, emotionally, and shift myself and become stronger through that experience and make choices. Like, that was the big thing, to be able to make choices and make decisions during that time period that helped me get through it. Because honestly, I could have not gotten through it if I had low mentality, if I had the low emotional IQ. Like, it could have turned out a very different way. But I was able to get through. I was able to persist. I was able to let go of my ego and shift my emotions during that time. And this warehouse was honestly at a point that was very, very difficult to be sold. It was having issues with the tenant, issues with the roof. It was structurally having issues. It was just like a not good situation, difficult to get out of. But I was able to let my ego go, and I was able to sell that warehouse. And I actually got a good amount of money for that warehouse. I was able to sell it for a lot more than what actually I would have even taken for it, because of where I was at emotionally. And so I was able to make the right decisions, the right calls, operate out of a sense of love, and get that deal to the finish line, make concessions. And like, working with her really helped me, because I honestly believed that if I did not have the skills, if I was not working with Michelle, I would not have made the right calls. I would have operated from a scarcity mindset, and some decisions that you can make out of scarcity mindset can end up stifling you. And so operating from this abundance mindset with the skills that I learned allowed me to make choices. When it came time to make concessions, I made concessions. And it was a incredible thing that allowed me to sell that building, get all the liquidity that I needed. We ended up selling that building for just south of $900,000. It was me and my one partner. And yeah, we had bought that building for $300,000 2 years before. And we made this incredible profit on it. And it gave me all the liquidity that I needed, plus some to open up everything in my life and open up the next chapter in my life. And again, like coming full circle, working with Jeffrey Combs the first time around and operating from that letting go mentality opened it up so I could buy that warehouse. Like when I was practicing those skills, it opened up the opportunities for me to manifest and generate the purchase of the warehouse. And then working with Michelle when felt like the sky was falling apart, that opened things up for me to be able to sell the warehouse and get that liquidity and make that profit and really give myself the breathing room to live life and make that great profit and have those financial results. So for me, I mean, man, to just think that like I spent $20,000 on this, like the return is so great. If you just look at that warehouse alone, I mean, we bought it for $300, sold it for $900, made $600,000 between me and my partner, 50-50. So I made $300,000 on that. I truly attribute that success and me being able to do that to the internal dedication to myself and my emotions. Without that, I would not have been able to do that. And cancel. I mean, I have belief in myself. I choose that. I know I can make it happen, but those dedication to personal growth really manifested that building, manifested the sale of it, and opened up my life and my opportunity. And so that's just a direct ROI. But again, the biggest thing on the personal growth has been my growth in myself and my emotions and my ability to live life and love life and go outside and look at the plants and have a smile on my face. And if stuff is going wrong, know deep down that things happen for a reason. I love it. And me loves me. That is a huge skill I learned. Me loves me. That inner love and peace. Wow. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Jeffrey. Thank you guys. Really, from the bottom of my heart, sincerely, I love you guys. And those investments that I made were the best investments I have ever made. And a big reason why I'm doing this is because now that I'm on the other side, operating as a coach and seeing clients and seeing some of the hesitations that they have, I really want to make this video to show you, whether you're looking to work with me or any other coach, right? Make the leap, take the investment, because it's going to pay great dividends. And I'm continuing to do it myself. I know that these are my greatest things, so I'm continuing to invest in myself. I just bought Tony Robbins' Date with Destiny. That's $8,000 for 1 week. Boom. You know what? I'm making that investment. I'm making that investment because I know the dividends that it's going to pay is going to be greater than any investment I can make in it. I've been listening to a lot of Dwayne Jones. He talks so much about working with mentors and investing in himself, and he's a coach himself. But over the years, he's invested so much into it. And so it's such a beautiful thing. And so this video is really to help you guys and show like, hey, if you're on the fence of working with any coach, obviously do your due diligence, figure out like, hey, is this the right coach for you, right? Does this resonate? Have they produced results for other people? And when you get in, go full in, make the investment, make it in yourself. I promise you it'll pay dividends. And so if you want to talk more to me, I'm happy to work with you. I'm also happy to point you and put you in touch with my coaches that I've worked with that have had such a great influence in my life. And yeah, just be an overall resource for you guys. So I love you guys. Enjoy, and I'll see you in the next video.